Ooh-wee, that YCS fallout from Pittsburgh definitely hit hard. You guys smash the little crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more Oz content. Kong still has a little bit of the legendary decks still in stock if you're looking to pick up some of the lower rarity stuff from within this set, or you're just kind of looking at maybe you want a couple of tokens or something along the way. Discount code MCO40 will save you on your purchase. And we also have the quarter century Stampede. Good stuff. They did a full restock on this. I'm sure there's going to be something that you're going to want. Discount code MCO40 going to save you on your purchase on that. So, Secreterion Dragon. This guy has been looming in the background for a little bit of what you would expect to be the problem side of things. So when you have a card that you can just deploy in the mirror match and have your opponent look at you and go, what am I supposed to do about this? Well, the answer is just very simple. I mean, this card was a defining point of this weekend's event, and it did a fantastic job at that. That's why, $30 ultra rares now. And I mean, the fact that you're consistently seeing, I do see some Asian English ones sold here, which is not good because somebody's going to try to play those. And it looks like, yeah, Starlight Rares, it did go up from market price 85 up to 91. So, I mean, we're not really seeing too much of a change in that, but it's to be expected. Dragon Tail cards. Dragon Tails. Justice Hunters, in we go. All right, so boxes of this are still $49. We definitely have gone down. You can get 5 Mina Starlights for 42s on up to 46s, which is not bad. Rahu's still a pretty decent stock of these. I mean, you're up to $43, $44, but you still have 32 listings. They're not going too crazy. Malulu Collector's Rares, 33s. You've got a little bit of an uptick in that. Arthalions, still 26s, and still definitely kind of cruise controlling along on that front. Yummy Snatchies are $12. That's actually kind of crazy to see. Lucases are 12s for the Collector's Rares. Okay, I see you. You can get Ultra Malulus for 8s. It's actually kind of impressive that, those have gained that much value. Looks like Gulamal Super Rares are 3s now. So, that's a little bit of a takeaway, I do see. Just looking through the rest of this little stuff. Draco Tail Flame's probably going to be another one you're going to want because the card was kind of picking up some steam in Genesis format. So I wouldn't be surprised if you're kind of peeping around in that format. Same thing with Horn's, not exactly seen as much play, but yeah, Flame is definitely one to look at. Oh boy, good old Kashtira Fenrir. So to be truthfully honest with you, the Ultimate Rares have actually gone down in price, honestly. I see light plays at 23s to $24 a copy. So you're pretty much kind of floating in that range of what I want to say is kind of normal for that. Secret Rares, on the other hand, are still 13s, and Ultras have pretty much normalized together at the $13 range. So you're not really seeing, too much of a change across the board with this. What you did see over the weekend was just the return back to Fenrir, where players are like, hey, we can actually play this card. It actually has some consistency that we can bring to the table, as a side deck card. And honestly, he does pop his head up every once in a while. We were very much power creeping away from Fenrir, but we're just in a format where having the mid-range control from this card feels kind of important. The Heretic Heavenly Spheres. Well, for those of you that have paid attention to what's been going on recently, you know that this is probably one of the best inboard pieces that you're going to get with the Draco Tail deck. Because, just being able to commit a normal summon to this basically just gets you into this and, whatever else you need. I mean, being able to toggle out with this feels pretty good. You do get down into your lower rarity versions like the $4-ish mark, $2 marks, 2s, and so forth, which is actually not too terrible when you think about what tools you've got. Yeah, good thing that the cheapest versions of this are the super easy to get. Super polymerization. The super poly has been really ticking around within the market. Honestly, I'm surprised. Starlight or quarter centuries are 160. Meanwhile, these versions are 150 for Starlight. That's crazy. Poor alties, though. The fact there's just two higher rarities for this just have bullied this card down to some of the cheapest pricing that you can get within the market space. It's hilarious. Hobby League King of the Swamps. $38.45, $46 a piece. That's kind of interesting. All right. Love the Fusion Stage pops up. Platinum Secret polys are 12s. Looks like PCRs are also 9s. Yeah. If you didn't think that certain versions of Super Poly had value, I really feel like you're kind of missing out within the space, because Super Polys all across the board have some sort of value. Yeah, like $4 all day long. Mud Dragon. So Mud Dragon and Garua have kind of been like the returning candidates for the current block of the meta. And the reason for this is just because, I mean, this is one of the best Super Poly targets you can have. I mean, two monsters with the same attribute but different types. You know how easy that is to make? I mean, yeah, he's in 1900. He's not great for, to be deploying. But, I mean, he gets the job done where he needs to be. And if you don't like the super high-end one, luckily enough, we do have the other candidates. Obviously, PUR is low on listings. It's interesting. You only have 8 PURs for that. Platinum Secrets have 11. All of the other listings have less. PCRs actually have 35 listings. Looks like Muddy Mud Dragon itself, 40 cents. Okay, yeah. See, this is, I think, the most interesting part. When you look at, like, these niche rarities and things, people are looking at the ultimate rares from these sets. It's just taken a little while for people to go, hey, there is something to be had in terms of a discussion with that. So, cool. Gorgon of Zifferthonia. This card actually was quite interesting to see its success run. Well, first of all, 7 listings on the Starlight Rare at $60 a piece, which is actually not too bad, but also it looks like, hello, Gorgon. Regular versions of this, still, you have one cheap listing, but you're still rattling about $11 to $12 a piece, which is actually surprisingly not bad. But I mean, the things you do with this card, it is very much a consistency piece. Yeah, look at these sales. Just within the last couple of days, Gorgon's doing wonders. Protecting Spirit Logath. So, this is an interesting one, because this card has been $35, $36 for most of its life. What little cheap listings you have here look like they're upticking. You just recently had one sale, but these don't move all that often. I feel like when you're dealing with the special Starlight department, you really do not get the chance to see a lot of this stuff popping off. But this is one of those weird abnormalities. You're just like, okay. Elemental Burst. Oh no, this is a DR3 card. This is the thing that we've seen people use with transaction rollback for the haha funny, because you don't have to do the tribute, you just get the destroy, because all of this is the cost. This transaction rollback actually bypasses that, which gives you a free board wipe on the opponent. But these are like actually worth value. It's crazy. Mitsurugi Prayers. We've been watching this card. The fact that 14 of these got wiped out, and you see the population of the $3 ones coming in, is actually crazy, because people are trying really hard to make this into one of the most expensive cards that you can, and it's failed so much. I mean, you still have these $3 ones, I guess. And then Trade-In. I guess Trade-In has been looking right now as one of those abnormalities. Discard a level 8 draw. For page 2 on the high end of that, I'm not surprised, but I mean, these are like $15 with 11 listings. So, Trade-In's always going to be one of those odd cards that I'm just going to look at and go, interesting. I don't know why, we're popping off with this, but I guess truly it's just another abnormality within the market. So what do you guys think about everything? Please, leave a comment down below. Tell me what you guys think, and I'll see your beautiful faces back here later on in the day, guys.
Patrons!
Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.